For me, a natural aquarium is natural materials. It doesn't have to be a biotope. It doesn't have to be, the right plants with the right stones and the right fish or the right micro creatures. To me, it's natural material, sand, dirt, rocks, wood, leaf litter, seed pods, living plants, living creatures. That's a natural aquarium. I'm not really concerned about what's supposed to go with what. I'm not really concerned about maintaining this ideal image. It's more about creating an environment out of natural material that's going to promote the growth of lots of micro and macro creatures, lots of that, to create that living food web. It's creating a house for the creatures so the creatures can grow and exist. If you're starting your aquarium with some kind of live culture, like a live leaf culture, or a bag of bugs or scuds or something, if you're introducing that live material, you've already got the base bacteria and the base fungus and all those little microscopic creatures. The question is, how's the habitat? Is your tank set up in such a way to grow a thriving population of those creatures, or is it pretty bare and the fish have full access to these creatures? If you want a huge population of microorganisms like the microfauna we're always talking about, if you want a large populations of some of that myofauna, which is that next step up, some of those seed shrimp, copepods, then you get into scuds, and now you're talking about the macro creatures like the cherry shrimp and snails and some of these larger invertebrates. You're going to have to create the house. You're going to have to create habitat. You're going to have to make the spaces, the nooks and crannies where the fish can't get to. Your substrate layer needs to almost be a rubble layer in a sense. Those scuds and small creatures need to be able to travel across most of the tank undercover from the fish, undercover from larger organisms that are going to eat them. And if that habitat's there, eventually, given enough time, life will unfold. Life will bloom, even if the predators are there. In fact, you want the predators there on some level. You want to find the balance, and the tank's going to find its balance. It's not like you have to divvy up the right amount. You just have to create the habitat. You have to provide the leaf litter so that the organisms can start breaking that down to provide the food. So leaf litter is one of those kind of base materials. The whole success of that ecosystem is based off of that flourishing microorganism layer. Just some ideas, just some concepts. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. I'm not trying to get you to go a certain route. But if you're curious about microfauna, if you're curious about scuds and shrimp and snails, you want to know more about Daphne and Moina or Greenwater, check out phillipsfishworks.com. Thank you so much for all the support. Everyone that's gone to the website and made a purchase, everyone that's viewed, subscribed, liked, commented, the whole 9 yards. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I can't say thank you enough, because the community that's forming, the community has changed my life. I don't get to outreach individually as much as I want to, but no, if you're supporting me, my heart is with you. Like I really, really appreciate it. And don't forget, go to phillipsfishworks.com. On the homepage, there's a little area you can enter your email address so you can get our bi-weekly newsletter. Now, does it come out every 2 weeks? Sometimes it comes out, sometimes there's 3 weeks in that gap. It's okay. And sometimes there'll be little special editions. So we've only had a few come out. We've got another newsletter coming out this Wednesday. So if you are all curious about the news that's going on or what's coming up with Phillips Fish Works, or maybe some new products or just some things I'm working on, also in the newsletter, there are going to be little links you can click on to get to unlisted YouTube videos. Now, those videos are going to be maybe me jabbering on about something, always going to be pretty much related to fish, but maybe it's a little bit of a more out there talk, little more extreme in the, it's just some different ideas, or maybe it's some experiments we're in the middle of, or maybe it's just some raw footage of some seed shrimp zooming around that I just didn't want to make into a video for the public channel. So if you go to that newsletter and you sign up, you will start getting these newsletters as they come out, and you'll be part of the Phillips Fish Works newsletter gang. So lots of kind of little secrets in there, and more to come.